Welcome back to Mr Gard's maths class. Today we're going to be talking about adding and subtracting terms. Now with algebra, the only way that we can add terms is if they are like terms. So like terms must both have the same pronumeral. For example, in orange on the left hand side of the screen, we have 2x plus 3x. What that is saying is we have 2 lots of x plus another 3 lots of x. If we have 2 lots of x and 3 lots of x in total, we're going to have 5 lots of x's. This is because they are like terms. We have a total of 5. Looking over to the right hand side of the whiteboard, I have an example in orange again that is 3 lots of xy and 2 lots of yx. They are like terms. We need to remember from a couple of lessons ago the commutative law. It doesn't matter whether when multiplying what way round you put the pronumerals. As 3 multiplied by x multiplied by y is a like term to 2 multiplied by y multiplied by x, because they can both be written like this. 2 multiplied by x multiplied by y. We can now see that we're talking in like terms. And again, we have 5 lots of x multiplied by y. If we were to substitute in and replace an x with a 4 and a y equals 2, you will see that when we multiply them out, we will now get 3 times 4 is 12 times 2 is 24 plus 2 times 2 is 4 times 4 is 16. This then becomes 40, and we can check to see whether 5xy, where 5 multiplied by x, which was 4 multiplied by 2, should equal 5 times 4 is 20 times 2, 40. Yes, they are the same. So 3xy plus 2yx is the same as 5xy, as the terms are the same. They are like terms. Now if we look a little lower, I have an example of 3a minus 2b plus 5b. It is important to remember when adding and subtracting negative numbers that the symbol in front of the term belongs to that term. In this example, we can see that there are going to be 2 different terms. We have the a and the b terms. We can combine the b terms to simplify this expression. So we have 3a, and then we have to remember that this is negative 2b. So it's negative 2b plus 5b. If we were to look at that on a number line, we started at negative 2 and we added on 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We would end up at positive 3. So it is going to be plus 3b. I also want to show you that 2ab squared is not the same as 2a squared b. Now I'm going to prove this by substituting in some numbers. So should a equal 3 and b equal 4, if I was to substitute in those, I would have 2 times 3 times 4 squared not being equal to 2 times 3 squared times 4. And on this side, I'm going to get 6 times 16, which will be 96, should not equal 2 times 9, which is 18, times 4, 72. And therefore, you can see that despite there being A's and B's in the terms, the one on the left is A times B times B, and the one on the right is A times B. As a final reminder, the only times that we can add and subtract algebraic terms is when they are like terms. So 2A plus 2B does not equal 4AB, as we might originally think if we had a lesser knowledge of algebra. So it is important to remember that we cannot simplify 2A plus 2B. It just must remain as is. The same deal happens with subtraction. Adding and subtracting are the one and the same thing. That's all for today's lesson. Good luck with whatever questions you're doing.